The major mistake made whilst pointing are the taking of notes. Firstly, taking notes. In the out and about on your bike section of this, you may have seen 2 notes that I added. I did this to show you a couple of examples of the kind of note you may want to take if you're going to take any at all. Here's the crux of the issue. I would take little to no notes at all. Understand one key thing about taking notes. Taking a note is not a memory technique. In actual fact, it is the complete postponement of a memory technique. We have far less success remembering something that is written down than you would if you just tried to repeat what you wanted to remember several times. The best way to remember the unique features to any point is by having practical examples of the specific thing you are trying to achieve, setting or leaving that particular point. These practical examples are coming at you thick and fast every day by the means of the daily point sheet. Practicing of point to point is by far the most efficient way to know and learn detail attached to any particular point. Knowing why you need something, knowing an examiner is actually asking something that raised the question for you will make you seek those specific answers. That will cause your inquisitive side to investigate, understand, learn, and remember how to leave or set any specific point because you are now fully aware of its purpose. And unlike the extremely inefficient method of compiling note after note of information with no regard to its popularity, by attacking these issues from the point sheet, you know you are addressing something that is needed and is needed now. Let's look at some examples of how pointless your notes can be. Using the points in this video as examples, let's start with HQS Wellington. Now you're going to hear people tell you you need to make a note of leave on the left only or first left and right in both directions and a turnaround if you think it needs one, all of which is a complete and utter waste of time and mental energy. Moreover, it is extremely detrimental to the actual learning and remembering of this or any other point. Let's address the first question. You are about to take a note and you need to decide, is the point leave on left only? Looking at this video and looking at the images, what do you think? Is it leave on the left only, or is it leave on right possible? The point I'm trying to make here is very often you as a beginner are not qualified to judge if it is leave on left only or not. In this instance, with the double white line in the center reservation, did you conclude it's leave on left only? And if that was what you decided, based on the video and the images, you would be wrong. You can leave this point on the right. So if you had taken a note, not only would it have been a waste of time anyway, it would have also been false information. So why are you taking notes when you don't even know the answer? The next issue regarding first left and rights from both directions. This is even more of a waste of time, as you will not be able to write down any note that doesn't already exist in a far clearer format than you could express with words. First of all, you have the radius map itself showing you the first left and rights. Second, you have Google Street to view any time to check your first left or right. Any other query regarding any specific point. And finally, why are you writing down information with absolutely no awareness of whether it's required for any specific question? You may feel that you should take notes on all this information in case they ask it. Problem with that is this: there are already too many questions being asked every day that you can't find the time to practice. These questions are being asked, not maybe, not could be, but they are being asked. So why are you learning maybes when there is already questions that are absolutely being asked? Recently, Radio Rooftop Bar was being asked, and the specific question it raised was, can you access the front door of Radio Rooftop Bar if you were coming from Catherine Street? Would you need to go all the way around Aldwych and back around the Strand to get to it? Now, I don't take notes, so I need to research to find the answer. And the research is the key, because I now know, 1, the question is being asked. 2, I know exactly why I need the answer. 3, I will practice the question with my point to point, which will emphasize the answer and aid memory. That's what point to point is. The opportunity to practice the leaving and setting of a genuinely asked scenario. It is the real life scenario of an asked question. If you successfully know how to leave and set any question, then any note would have been a waste of time because the information was absorbed and remembered naturally with minimal effort. If you find that you're short on information and need to know a first left for a specific question, for example, just go to Google Street and check. When you do it this way, you know exactly why you are looking and investigating this particular piece of information. Whenever you seek information, knowing its purpose and its use, it is far more retainable as a memory. Collection of written notes with no awareness or understanding of if it will be needed is the collection of clutter.